Here's the most freeing sentence in art education. Drawing is not a talent, it's a skill, and skills can be practiced into existence by anyone. One Skillshare course teaches that skill one day at a time, and 126,000 students have already picked up the pencil. Most arrived certain they couldn't draw. This is Basic Skills, Getting Started with Drawing, Course 1 of Brent Eviston's series The Art and Science of Drawing, 16 lessons, over 4 hours, built for absolute beginners. Here's the plan, the daily method, the instructor's atelier credentials, what the review data says, and whether it's worth 4 hours of your life, one day at a time. The format is the first masterstroke. Each day you watch one lesson, a single essential skill, then you draw one small project, 10 to 15 minutes no more, then you stop, 16 small wins stacked. Instead of one heroic weekend that never happens, it's designed against overwhelm. And the shopping list barely exists. A pencil, a pen, plain paper, printer paper is fine, the art store hall can wait, and the class says so out loud. Talent, notably, also not required. The premise in their exact words, drawing is not a talent, it's a skill anyone can learn. 126,000 people signed up to test that. We'll see the results shortly. So Chapter 2, Who's Teaching? Brent Eviston, a master artist and instructor, with a calm, patient atelier-style method. Construction shapes, contour value, the classical studio curriculum translated for your kitchen table. The receipts are structural. This is course 1 of a full curriculum. The art and science of drawing continues well beyond it. Every demo is built stroke by stroke, reasoning aloud, process never tricks. And his teaching voice is the quiet weapon. He doesn't hype you into drawing. He shows the machinery of it so plainly that not being able to draw slowly stops making sense. It's very convincing. Quietly, patiently, convincing. Inside, it's over 4 hours across 16 lessons, a generous runtime, orientation first. Then the drills, circles, lines, curves, then 3 complete drawings, each across 3 lessons. Scan the contents and the shape is clear. Lessons 3 through 6 are the drills, circles and ovals, straight lines, charted curves, and the lesson that welds them together. Then 9 lessons of guided demos, a scrub J, a botanical study, and a full human figure. Each one built patiently in 3 sittings. Simplify, detail, finish. Guided every step. That's the arc. Day 1 is circles. Day 16 is a shaded figure drawing. The staircase between them is the course. 16 small steps, 1 real skill. The first drill humbles everyone. Pages of circles and ovals drawn loose and fast from the shoulder instead of the wrist. It feels remedial for about a day. Then you notice your hand stops arguing with you. Nearly everything you will ever draw begins life as one of these shapes. So the class makes sure they're free. Freedom first, accuracy follows. Then lines, straight ones first, building boxes and triangles, the bones of the man-made world. And then curved lines, taught with a trick that changes everything. Charting, light landmark points placed first. Then the curve threads through them. Watch the panel, dots, then the line, control without stiffness. It's the difference between hoping a curve lands and knowing it will, charted not guessed, planned then inked. Then lesson 6 reveals the method underneath all of it. Every drawing starts stupidly simple, and that's the entire secret. Watch it happen, it's oddly satisfying. Watch the bird happen, first construction, 2 ovals and a triangle sketched light, that's the hard part done. Placement, proportion, gesture, all settled while the drawing is still cheap to change. The contour comes after, threading over the scaffold slower and darker. Then the scaffold simply fades away. It was never meant to be seen, only to make the seeing easier. What's left looks like skill, and it is, but it's skill with a method under it, not a lucky hand. That's repeatable, and that's the point, method over magic every single time. Simple shapes, contour, detail, a sequence you can point at anything, a mug, a bird, eventually a person. The subject changes every time. The sequence never does. Learn it once, own it forever. One sequence, infinite subjects, nearly a formula. Then the demos begin, and they are the heart of the course. A scrub J drawn for real across 3 full lessons. Simplify the shapes, add the detail, finish the drawing, nearly an hour on one bird, because watching the order of decisions is the actual lesson. No time-lapse tricks, every line reasoned aloud, slow teaching, fast learning. The same 3-act structure then climbs, a botanical study, texture, detail, patience, and then the summit. A full figure drawing, gesture first, light and quick, then the forms defined, then shading, 3 lessons, 1 human being on paper, drawn by the same hand that did wobbly circles 2 weeks earlier. That's the promise kept, the summit reached on schedule. The finale teaches the skill that makes drawings feel real. Value the scale from light to dark, walk step by step, and then the oldest trick in art, the same flat circle shaded along one side, suddenly has weight. A sphere sitting on the page, form is not drawn, it turns out, it's shaded into being once you see it happen. You can do it, weight from nothing but pencil. And under everything, the rhythm, 16 small days, no marathon sessions, no burnout arc, 10 or 15 minutes of drawing after each lesson, small enough to always happen, big enough to leave evidence in the sketchbook. Consistency beats intensity every time it's tried. The sketchbook keeps score, the calendar fills, and so does the skill, small days, real evidence. There's even a full lesson on materials, and its message is relief. A soft pencil, a hard pencil, a pen, plain paper, done. The $200 starter kit stays on the shelf. The store will survive without you. Relief as a lesson plan. And the drills compound, quietly the way skills do. Circles become bird bodies, charted curves become shoulders. By the figure demo you're spending skills you banked 2 weeks ago, nothing you practiced is wasted. The curve starts flat, then it doesn't. Interest compounding in graphite. Put day 1 and day 16 side by side. Wobbly circles and a shaded human figure. Same hand, same cheap pencil. 16 days apart, that's the whole argument, made in 2 frames. Frames don't argue, they just sit there winning, quietly. So, does the thesis hold? 97% of students said the class met or exceeded expectations. 64% said, exceeded. On the most liked board, clarity of instruction leads, with an engaging teacher and organized lessons close behind. Remember who's voting here. People who mostly arrived convinced they couldn't draw at all. They left leaving 5-star teaching reviews. That's the story. The thesis, verified at scale, drawing taught as a skill, learned as a skill, reviewed as a skill. Talent never entered the equation, exactly as promised on day 1. Promised and delivered at scale. So who's it for? The I can't draw crowd. That belief is the entry requirement and the class exists to dismantle it. Painters and designers, drawing is the foundation under every visual craft, and patient hobbyists who want a calm daily ritual. If you already draw, skip it. This one's for beginners. Because 16 days of small projects add up to something bigger than a full sketchbook. They add up to proof, the personal kind. Talent is a myth, skill is a practice. Drawn, not born, 16 days at a time, keep the sketchbook from week 1. Someday you'll show it to someone who says they can't draw. It'll say more than you could, pages as proof, dated, signed, and entirely yours. So the verdict, worth 4 hours, spread across 16 days, absolutely. You leave with real drawings, a bird, a botanical, a figure, and the method that made them, which never wears out. It's included with a Skillshare membership and there's a free trial. So the pencil is the only hardware cost, cheapest art education on earth. That deal doesn't need a review, but it got a good one. And don't go searching for the class. The link in the description gets you in free through Skillshare. Tap it, press play, then draw 1 page of terrible circles tonight. They're supposed to be terrible. That's day 1. See you in the next review.